is the question number 14 of GATE 2014 Metallurgical Engineering. The question states that which one of the following entity techniques cannot be used to detect an internal crack in a steel shaft? Option A, liquid penetrant inspection. Option B, radiography. Option C, ultrasonic testing. And option D, X-ray tomography. So let us solve these questions. So first we will see all the different inspection technique one by one. So now let's first see what is the liquid penetrant inspection is. So in liquid penetrant inspection, this process first involve the pre-cleaning of the surface of the sample, which is then followed by applying the penetrant on the surface, and then it is soaked for a certain period of time. And if there is any surface crack is present, this penetrant will absorb into the crack because of the capillary actions, and then after soaking the sample is rinsed with the water in order to remove the penetrant from the surface, and then then a developer is applied on the top surface. So now the penetrant which is absorbed initially inside the crack, it will now come out because of the capillary actions, and it will form spots or form a colored spots on the locations where the crack is present. So in this technique we can detect the surface crack. So option B is radiography. In this technique, the sample is exposed in X-ray or gamma ray radiations, and the thickness difference or the material density and the thickness difference of the sample will cause the different penetrating ability of the radiations through different interaction processes like scattering or absorption. And this the difference in the absorption are then recorded on a film or through electronic devices, and from this we will get the information about the locations of the internal crack, also where exactly the crack is located and the shape of the crack. And option C is ultrasonic testing. So in this in ultrasonic testing, there is a probe is there which is with transmitter and receiver. So first from this probe sound wave will transmit it. So first you will get a transmission pulse, and if there is no crack is there in between the samples, so when this wave will reach at the end of the sample, and at that location you will get, at that time you will get back wall echo pulse. But now if this transmitted sound wave encounter and defect in between the sample, so we will get three pulse and together. Like first will be the transmission pulse when you are transmitting the wave, then from the defect the wave will again reflected back. So this is the called defect echo. And if this some part of this wave hits the defects and some parts hits the bottom of the sample, so then you may also get a back wall echo. So in this technique also you can detect the internal crack. And option D is the X-ray tomography, which is almost similar to the radiography. Only difference is that in this technique the sample is exposed in a X-ray source, and the sample is placed in a stage which can be rotated in different angle, so that you can construct a 3D image of the sample, and you can study the different what are the porosity or what are the different crack presence and how they are oriented in three-dimensional space in X-ray tomography. So as we have seen all the techniques, so other than liquid penetrant inspections, all the techniques are able to detect an internal crack. Only as the liquid penetrant inspections involve the capillary actions and involves the soaking of the penetrant inside the crack, so it cannot detect the internal crack. So the correct answer will be option A. Correct answer will be option A.